Let's connect with our guests then on board. We've got Santosh Rao, Head of Research Partner, Manhattan Venture Partners, as well as Hugh Albert Johnson, Chairman and Chief Investment Officer, Hugh Johnson Advisors. Good to have you both on board. Many thanks for joining in. Santosh, just going to begin with you. With the kind of ramifications that we're seeing across the globe, it's been a volatile trading week, clearly. And you've got the US president reacting by announcing those sanctions as well, and then the US and European as well as Canadian allies removing Russian banks from the interbank messaging system. So clearly, it seems like both sides are hardening their stance.
Yeah. Is that for me?
That's right, Santosh.
Yeah. So I think this is an unexpected, not entirely unexpected, but it's definitely a twist in the events. We thought things were getting, they were under control or would get under control. It won't escalate. But I think we have another layer of concern. We already have the inflation and interest rates worries. Now we have this layer of worry. So we don't know really where this is going to end. It seems to be getting worse. Just when we thought Thursday, Friday, things looked like things were coming back and under control. So like I said, so we just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait tomorrow. The same fundamentals. I mean, the big issues, again, are inflation and interest rates, but then the geopolitical has taken on a big jump in terms of the importance of events. So let's wait and see. It's really can't pin it down at this point. Let's see what both sides say tomorrow as well when the market opens.
Hugh, yes, you do have the Russian president as well, Vladimir Putin, now putting the country under nuclear deterrent forces on high alert. That clearly seems to be some sort of a signal that as of now, things are not going to back down. And the equity markets too have been bearing the brunt of this acute volatility and geopolitical tension.
You know, you really don't know whether you should take what he says, Vladimir Putin, whether you should take what he says very seriously. He has one position at one moment and a completely opposite position at another moment. He talks about putting his country on a sort of a nuclear alert condition. I don't know. I'm hoping he's not serious about that. I hope he has not become completely unstable. And there's been a lot of conversations talk today about him becoming very unstable. I think what Mr. Santosh has said, that there's an enormous amount of uncertainty, volatility, which is associated with uncertainty. So it's very hard to determine what the outcome is going to be. I think it's going to be important to see what is resolved when they meet in, not in Belarus, but near Belarus on Monday. And hopefully what they do is they resolve something and we start to get some clarity. But right now there is no clarity. There's nothing but volatility, and it's very difficult. Other than when you look at history, if you look at the history of geopolitical events or crises of this variety, and there have been many of them, you know, they tend not to last very long. And I think that's important to sort of keep in mind. And you just cross your fingers now and hope this is not going to last a long time. And usually when we have them, 6 months after we have them, the markets are doing somewhat better, about 6% higher. But believe me, I wouldn't bank on that. I would just simply say, yes, there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's very difficult to make a major commitment to the equity markets anywhere until we get more resolution.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Santosh, that's the thing, right? I mean, eventually the Russia-Ukraine situation is going to, subside, hopefully. But the kind of damage it's also doing to, I mean, not just personal lives, but for equity markets and the kind of route that's playing out, especially in the crude markets and the kind of havoc it's going to play in oil importing nations like India.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, oil is it's a very corrosive thing. When oil spikes up so much, it has an impact across the board. So I think that needs to be controlled, especially in the emerging markets. I think that has a big effect. So let's see where it settles. The oil has gone up quite a bit, but according to all the experts out there, the oil people who follow oil, They don't think it'll go too far beyond 110, 115, and I tend to agree with that. So let's see if it can pull back a little bit. But at this point, given all the geopolitical pressure, no one can say anything at this point. So we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But overall, we want oil under control. And we have a big week coming up. The Fed chairman is going to speak. We have the jobs report coming up. And then we have all the other data coming out. So this week is going to be very important to see where the dust will settle and how the market will accept all this geopolitical pressure with all this data coming out. So hopefully, like the estimates are, that he won't be very hawkish and stick to his 25 basis point that is expected, and kind of be gradually up and not cause too much tension in the market and kind of derail the whole recovery or derail the whole economy, so to speak. So let's see. Hopefully, it's gradual. This geopolitical tension settles down at a level that is acceptable, and the market can go about its ways.
Yeah, you bring up some.
Sure. Sure, Santosh, both of you, thank you so much for taking the time out and giving us that quick perspective on how the Russia-Ukraine situation is going to impact what world markets are facing right now.